Surapaneni. I'm research scientist and planning scientist at Southeast Water R&D. I'm the new program lead for this Biosolids Resource Recovery program. And Kevin, you like to introduce yourself?
Arvind, I think you need to
Sorry?
turn up the volume a little bit or speak a bit closer to that speaker.
Sure.
Oh, microphone, sorry.
Okay. Kevin, you like to
Yeah. So hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Nagol from Colburn Water, and I'm the co-lead of the Biosolids and Resource Recovery group. Aaron will be giving the presentation for us, but I just wanted to give a brief introduction about myself. So I actually got started in this group because I was helping to support Christine, who was the program lead previously. But I've continued to stay on because I'm super interested about the topics that we're working on and the projects. I see this as a potential to generate a lot of value for the water industry, as there's an increasing focus on sustainability. Last thing that I'll just add quickly is that feel free to get in contact with me if you're seeking more clarity on the projects that we're working on or more information. Yeah, always happy to help. Thanks.
Thanks, Kevin. Well said. I think this is going to be a teamwork between Kevin and myself, and we have a fantastic team to work with as well. Next slide, please. Look, I got 8 points to cover. I will quickly go through them one by one. Okay. Next one, please. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge and thank Christine and Michael for their work and efforts as previous program leads for this particular program. Next one, please. For this particular program, we have terms of reference, and this is a 6-page document developed by this team recently in November. They have a few small sections like the purpose of the team and the structure, roles and responsibilities, and the frequency of meetings, and so on. This is just a 6-page document. This will always be a work in progress type document. Next one, please. This is couldn't talk about bit about membership. My understanding, I'm new kid in the block. I'm new to IWN. There are 17 water corporations in Victoria. IWN has 16 of them. I don't know why Grampians, Wimmera Valley Water is not part of IWN, something to ponder on. Out of 16 water authorities, 12 members, 12 of them are actively involved in this particular program. So we've got 2 from Metro. I think I highlighted City West Water and Yarra Valley Water on the right side of the screen. I'm just after a couple of people, people from those 2 corporations as well to be part of this team. Out of 12 regionals, we will have 10 as Western Port Water and Lower Murray Water. We need RIPs from you too, if possible. Okay. So it's not a bad membership at all. Thank you. Next one, please. We recently had this discussion in November, which is listed in the terms of reference about the governance structure. We have the chair, which is the program lead. This is myself now. And we have 3 different types of groups, if you like. The core leadership group, responsible for reporting, program administration, and project management. Decision-making group is keen to decide on what projects to be funded. And we have participatory group. Most of them want to sit in the participatory group. They just don't want to be actively involved in, reporting or making decision making. They just want to be kept in the loop, if you like. Okay. Next one, please. I just thought I would throw away some slides introducing the types of biosolids in Victoria. Most of us think biosolids are biosolids. There are different types of biosolids. I mean, the shit is not shit. There are different types of shit, if you like. There's a pure biosolids. The pure biosolids generally come from, either drying pans which are not clay lined, or solar dryer sheds which with the concrete lined solar dryer sheds. There are 100% biosolids, pure clean biosolids. Next one, please. And we also have pure biosolids from a different process, thermally treated process. We can see the one on the left hand side is the central Highlands water pellets, and the one on the right hand side in the bucket is the central Highland, Barren water pellets. So these are all still pure biosolids. Next one, please. And we have clay biosolids. The one on the left, you can see, it doesn't look like biosolids, does it? It looks like a clay, So that's because most of the such drying pans we currently have across Victoria are clay lined. Because of their clay line, we inadvertently remove clay as part of the sludge harvesting process. So typically we have around 35 to 40% of clays in these clay biosolids. But the good news is some water authorities are following Melbourne Water's path. The Melbourne Water a few years back changed their clay line drying pans to cement treated concrete rock. So this water is definitely changing all their clay line drying pans to cement treated concrete rock lined pans. Therefore, eventually we might not be getting as much clay biosolids as in the past. Okay. Next one, please. And as we know, some of us will also produce composted biosolids. Gippsland Water typically processes they take 20% sludge from few water authorities, and they convert it into a compost. It's typically a 1/3 biosolids and 2/3 green organic waste. Okay. Basically, these are types of biosolids we have in Victoria, and this group has to service all types of biosolids. The next one, please. I'm going to talk about two funded projects and two projects that we already committed. So this first funded project is the Biosolids to Biochar project. I put up the slide just to remind ourselves we don't want another COVID scenario with biosolids. I mean, typically anything can go wrong with biosolids. The public perception, if a truck is spilling on the road, we might ask to stop spreading biosolids for the particular year until we sort out the problem. And most importantly, with this PFAS and PFAS type contaminants, the biosolids beneficial use could be might be put on hold. So our business as usual for biosolids application is we most of us produce either T1 or T2 biosolids, and we take it to farms, spreading and giving it to farmers. I guess if you put all eggs in one basket, if you got a real problem like in this COVID scenario, we are stuck. So therefore, we're constantly looking for what are the things we can do with biosolids. And in the last 2 years, we are working with RMIT to convert biosolids to biochar. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So this slide gives us the reason why we are taking this approach. Our core business case is we don't want to rely on 100% beneficial use. We want to develop some new technologies for beneficial use of biosolids, and along the way we want the system to be carbon negative as well. So therefore, the objective of this particular project is develop an integrated slow pyrolysis technology that can convert biosolids to value-added carbon materials. We think biochar is a way to go. For our biosolids. And this funding, this project is primarily driven by Southeast Water with RMIT, and IWN also is a major funder at the moment. So this basically is SC Water, IWN, and RMIT funding. Next one, please. The next project, which is already funded, is the Biosolids Subsoil manuring projects. Currently, as most of us will know, in Victorian biosolids guidelines will not let you put biosolids in the subsoil. Our current biosolids guidelines will only let us spread biosolids, shallow incorporate, and grow a crop if you like. Okay, and this subsoil management project is something really interesting, something new thinking, new concept. Basically, is going to help Australian soils. As you know, Australian soils are fragile. Typically, have a very thin topsoil and a deep, thick, dense, very hostile subsoil. Okay, and they, I mean, especially in the grain industry, subsoil constraints are hindering potential agronomic yield. So there's a lot of issues with the subsoil constraints. Okay, and there's a lot of research done over the past 15 years to try out to test various organic amendments like chicken manure, for example, wheat stubbles, and loosened pellets, and they found some very interesting results. There are some positive results from these organic amendments. Unfortunately, there are loosened pellets is very expensive. Chicken manure is very expensive, and there are also till recently one of the problem they ran into is the subsoil machinery is very expensive and not there. But recently, the last 2-3 years, the commercially available machines that are capable of incorporating biosolids into the subsoil are available, and we think biosolids offer a solution here. Biosolids can substitute the role of chicken manure and loosened pellets. Please keep in mind, chicken manure is not cheap at all. Loosened pellets both are expensive. So that is that project. So next slide, please. Therefore, the objective of this particular project is to develop science-based evidence for use of biosolids as a practical approach to overcome, a shortage of low-cost organic amendments to improve subsoil constraints in the grain industry. The original funding came from GRDC, and IWN is also part of that project. This is the stage 1 of the project, and we're getting some fantastic yields. We're getting some great responses to subsoil manuring of biosolids. And by the way, GRDC stands for Grain Research Development Corporation. It is a national peak body for grains who basically it's a R&D type organization for grain industry. And GRDC is very keen to continue this project for another 3 years. And we also linked up with Soil CRC and Southeast Water, and IWN are happy to take this to stage 2. And I think Dean is taking this stage 2 proposal to the executive group this evening. So I talked about 2 funded projects. One is the Biosolids to Biochar project. The other one is the Biosolids Subsoil engineering projects. So these 2 are already funded. Okay, and sorry, next one, please. So there are 2 other committed projects through AWN. One is the ARC. ARC stands for Australian Research Council. We had an industrial transformation training center for biosolids. This is one of the only one type of this center across the world. Is think about a big center for a shit, if you like. This is a national center for biosolids. Recently funded. RMIT is a key player, and the other universities are University of Western Australia, University of Queensland, and University of New South Wales. And the center vision and overarching goal is to deliver world-class and innovative technologies, solutions, and knowledge, mainly to train the next generation of biosolids practitioners. That is the main intention of this center. Okay. Next one, please. So the center objectives are, I listed 3 of them. I underlined the key points there. We want to bring together the Australian leading biosolids researchers. We want to, everybody does research on biosolids. We want to bring them, the key people together and solve the problems. Second one is capability and knowledge building. And the third one is, as I said before, The center is all about training. Training is in the heading, ARC, Industrial Transformation Training Center. So I really urge all Victorian water authorities to be part of this training programs. By the way, people in Melbourne Water is part of this center, Southeast Water is part of this center, and 7 other regionals are part of this center. So by bringing in funding from a small nominal funding from IWN, we are also including all 16 IWN members to be part of this center. It's a good initiative for a small amount of money. Okay. Sorry, next one, please. Okay, by the way, there are three research themes in this center. The theme 1 is improving technologies, theme 2 is enhancing product applications, and theme 3 is ensuring sustainability. These are the themes that we went to the ARC, and between 3 themes we have 10 projects which are currently being developed by this university people, and those 10 projects will have to be ticked off by the industry, which is all of us, including water industry from other states as well. Next one, please. So this is the second committed project, again for a nominal fee. What we're talking about, as I said before in my biosolids, when I was talking about the PFAS issues of biosolids, I mean, potentially PFAS is a killer for Australian biosolids industry, and PFAS research. Everybody wants to do PFAS research. Every university wants to do PFAS research. We thought, let us have a coordinated system. Let us work with the peak contamination. CRC, by the way, CRC stands for Cooperative Research Center for Contamination Assessment and Remediation of Environment, which got a very good track record in Australia. They are happy to work with the water industry to address all the PFAS and other emerging contaminants issues with water industry, not only with Victoria but across Australia. So we managed to get commitment from Melbourne Water, Southeast Water in Victoria, and Water Corp, SA Water, Hunter Water, and few other water authorities in Australia. And I think by IWN joining this center, every water authority in Victoria will be a part of that center, and will get some gain. Will be benefited from that center and PFAS work. Next one, please. I put up that slide, I think, based on this four projects listed above. This is the budget profile and forecast for the next, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 years there. I think I understand the budget for Biosolids program is only 50K per year. I think, well, if you, I don't know whether you can see those figures. No, I can control this. Right. So overall, these are all the listed projects. We know exactly how much money these projects require every year, including this current financial year. And overall, the total is around 332K up to 25-26. And the total annual budget is only 50K. There is again, we are $18,000 ahead with this program. But I really wanted to focus on this non-IWN funds. For every project we do, we're bringing extra money to the program. So overall, because these are externally funded projects, either ARC funded projects or other industry funded projects. So research, I mean, ROI for IWN is looking pretty good. So my objective of running this program is with the limited IWN budget, we need to get a lot of funding leverage from other corporations and other universities as well. Okay, I hope. Look, this is slightly different to all other talks. I mean, again, I didn't know how to package this. I thought I will give you some direction, get I want you to understand a bit more about the current projects and the Biosolids. I mean, that's my last slide, I think. The next is the next one. I think the last one.
Yeah, thanks, Aravind. I'll have to just close it off there, and we'll have to do questions remotely. Let me just stop the recording. I know a few people have to go to executive group meetings and a few others have to head off at 4. So I just wanted to hand to Dean quickly to just close out for that session. And then if there are any questions, could we please just email them to Aravind? Right, over to you, Dean.
Great. Thanks very much, Cameron. And I definitely need to acknowledge the hard work of Kevin, Jonathan, Steve, Michael T, Michael W, Brock, Aravind and Kevin in delivering all of those projects. I guess in closing, because I'll need to disappear for our EG meeting at 4 o'clock, is again just to thank everyone for their participation for our first virtual conference. So thanks for staying engaged and involved.